All right. Here is a speech that the Lubavitcher Rebbe gave in 1991, right? Tafshin Nun Aleph. Tafshin Nun Aleph, and it is Parsha Shoftim. This is a very powerful, it's well known among the Dvar Malchut that here basically the Rebbe said that he is a prophet. We'll get to the end of it. And that we have to let the world know that he's a prophet. He's a prophet. And his main prophecy is that the Moshiach is arriving, is here. We'll see. That's going to be near the end. So it's worth waiting for, but I hope that didn't spoil it for you. Ready? Here? Oh. Okay. B'sheichos im tzivoy b'parshat in our Torah portion this week. What does it say? There. Shoftim v'shotrin titen lecha b'chol sharecha. That's how this week's Torah portion begins. Judges and policemen, you should put in all of your gates. In other words, the gates of all the cities, wherever you are. Yeshnu Yud is also talking about the goal, the prediction, that there's going to be a prophet among the Jewish people. Now, prophecy, the Rebbe is going to talk about this over here. What's a prophet? Just to get clear. First of all, a prophet can only be a Jew. Even though God gave Bilam prophecy, it says he gave Bilam, but a prophecy can only be a Jew. And a prophet is always right. He's always right. He's never wrong. Never wrong. The only time where it could be that he'll prophesy something and it won't come to be is if he prophesies something bad. If he prophesies that there's going to be a punishment or a catastrophe on the Jewish people, God forbid, as if the Jews repent or they change their ways or whatever, then it could be that that it won't come. But it could be that let's put it this way: if the Jews change their ways, then the prophecy will not be fulfilled. Right? The famous one, of course, is Nineveh with Jonah, the whole prophecy of Jonah. We read this on Yom Kippur.
What about Bilam?
Huh?
What about Bilam?
Bilam's prophecies, they were fulfilled. His prophecies were fulfilled. His prophecies were all good. If you look over and see what his prophecies were, all of his prophecies were good prophecies. And it was a one-time thing. It says that God did it for one time, just to show the Gentiles that if prophecy is given to them, what's the result? He was given prophecy. He wanted to curse the Jews, but he was like an expert, fantastic cursor. If he could, if the Iranians would have him, they would really be happy, right? They would be happy, but it would be the same outcome as it was back then. I think the most powerful bomb we have today that is in existence, then what is it called? Who knows what, the hydrogen bomb, the Dutsu bomb, whatever the type of bomb that they've got, the most it could do is destroy, 100 square miles, who knows how much. Bilam could curse a whole entire nation. He could curse, if Bilam would curse, all of Europe, right? And that was it. That was it. He knew how to curse. He could do things that no atomic bomb could ever do. And his curses always worked. They always worked. That's how the Parshas Balak, that's how it starts off. Whoever you bless is blessed, whoever you curse is cursed. For some reason, he didn't use his blessings. He only uses his curses. But they didn't work. But a prophet, a Jewish prophet, a genuine Jewish prophet, every prophecy that he makes is true, unless it's a prophecy for bad, because the prophecies for bad are to tell the Jews to change their ways. Change their ways. And if they do change their ways, then, like I say, in Nineveh, so it says that the Gentiles over there were doing bad things, and God sent Jonah and said that, what is it, in I forget what is it, 1 month, that the city, Ir Nafachas, I'm going to turn the whole city over. And all the people in the city, they all repented, and the city was saved. And that's what Jonah was afraid of, just by the way. He was afraid that The Gentiles would listen to God, to the prophecy, and the Jews never listened to prophecy. They never listened to any of the prophets. Not one of them, right? Didn't listen to any of the prophets. All of that's why the first temple was destroyed. Okay, let's go. Not to dwell on unpleasant subject. This we're talking about a prophet. Prophecy is a necessary ingredient in Judaism. It's one of the 13 principles of faith. The whole Torah is the prophecy of Moses. Moses came down from Mount Sinai and he spoke. This is what God told me, and everyone believed him. And that's what it says right in the end of the Torah. There was never a prophet like Moses. Okay, so it says there's also going to be of a prophet. Yeshno Yud Shel Novi Agula, of the prophet of redemption. Who's the prophet of redemption? Is Isaiah. Isaiah is the prophet of redemption. And what does he say? God, he's quoting God. And he's saying, Isaiah, right in the beginning, Isaiah. Isaiah says, I will return your, let me see. Oh, that's how I'm supposed to do. I will return your judges like in the beginning and your advisors like in the start. Ashiva Shavtayach Rishona, V'yotzayit Kavadchila. Kafi Shomrim, like it says also in prayer every day. Ashiva Shavteinu Karishona, give us back our judges like in the first, and our advisors in the starting. Judges and advisors. Right? That's this week's Torah portion, right? Judges and advisors, right? Wrong. It says judges and policemen. Hey, what happened to the policemen? We're going to have in the future, there's going to be policemen or there's going to be advisors. What's there going to be? Why not have all three? Huh? Judges and policemen and advisors. What Isaiah left something out, or maybe we left something out in our prayers. What's going? But one second, this is we're in our prayers. We quote Isaiah, but neither one of them is saying what it says in the Torah. It says that there has to be judges and policemen. They don't mention anything. God, this is this week's Torah portion. God is speaking, right? He's saying that you have to put policemen. Why does Isaiah omit policemen? And we also do. Instead of policemen, he puts in advisors. That's what we're going to talk about. Alpia Madubar, like it said many times, and especially lately, regarding the Hachraza, to the announcement of the previous Lubavitcher Rebbe, Nasi Dorenu, the leader of our generation. The previous Lubavitcher Rebbe is the pictures, right? Oh, that is a nice picture. Okay, that's not what I want. Here we go. Right, picture of the previous Lubavitcher Rebbe. Sort of confused the issue over here. Here we go. There. Oh, this is the previous Lubavitcher Rebbe picture. According to what we said many times, and especially what the previous Lubavitcher Rebbe announced. What did he announce? He said, "La'alter l'tshuva, la'alter l'geula." If the Jews just return to their Jewish identity, then immediately there will be redemption. Shekavar saimu et hakol, that we have finished everything. Gam tzachzachu kaftorim. The parade is already ready. All we have to do is shine up the buttons for the parade. And in fact, the buttons have already been shined up. That order to shine up the buttons, that was in the time of the previous Lubavitcher Rebbe. And even in his time, the buttons have already been shined up. In other words, we're ready for Moshiach. There has to be just Hamdu Haichen Kulcham. All we have to do is be ready. And we've already finished that. The Kabul Panei Mashiach, to receive the face of the Mashiach, Tzidkenu, take of him yet, it's supposed to come immediately. So it's understood that we are now in the time of Ashiva Shavteinu, Shavtayach V'yotzayach. Now we are in the time that Isaiah prophesied, and what we're praying for every day, return your judges and your advisors, and even more, advisors like in the beginning. Kavar Yeshno, there is already the beginning, like we're going to talk about this. So what's the Rebbe trying to do? The Rebbe is trying to make us crazy, understand? The Rebbe is trying to make us crazy. The Rebbe is trying to make us understand that what we see now is not the way things are really. It's not only that things not the way they're supposed to be, we're not seeing what really is. I was thinking about this the other day on Shabbat. Shabbat is also another day. I was thinking about this on Shabbat. There's a beautiful speech about reality. What is reality, right? We see reality, we see the world. There's a thing in Judaism called bitachon, trust. And it's written, in fact, on every coin or bill in America. Trust, bitachon. So it says, what does it mean to trust? Trust means that you rely totally on God in bad situations. Situation is bad, a bad situation. And you rely totally on God that it will be good. And even if you don't deserve that it should be good, and even if obviously it's bad and it's been bad for a long time, but your trust changes the picture. Your trust changes the picture. So in other words, with your trust, you make a new reality, or more exactly, you reveal what reality really is. In fact, there was no danger. In fact, there was no problem. Or God just put up the problem in order that you should have trust and change it. But the point is that our trust in God reveals a new truth that always was there. Something like that is what the Rebbe is saying. The Moshiach is already here. The redemption is already here. You see it? No, because we don't have trust. They say, come on, they've been saying that for a long time. What do you say? They didn't trust. Says, yes, but you have to admit that trust does work. A lot of times it works. If it didn't work, I don't know if there would be any Jews today. Right? And especially it's written on money. Money makes big changes. That was the big thing of why capitalism is good. What communism wanted to destroy. Change. What is what's going to be. You don't have to have any trust. The government will take care of you. Right? Trust in one thing, the government, there's never going to be any changes. Everybody's going to have what they want. That's bad. That's not good. You're not really trusting in anything. There's no difficulties, no challenges. Right? So that's the whole idea of making a new world, a new existence by means of trust. Here the Rebbe is saying the same thing. Trust me, Mashiach is already here. Act in a proper way, in a way that's according. We'll talk about this. And then you'll see the judges and the advisors. Okay. Yuvan said, let's understand this, first of all, by understanding what it means, this is appointed time, the goal, Mashiach. What is Isaiah saying? Isaiah is saying, God bring back the judges and like in the beginning and the advisors like in the start. It says in our Torah portion, it says that there's going to be judges and policemen, which is not the case that's spoken about in Isaiah, Mashiach. It's saying seemingly there's not going to be any policemen. It says there'll be judges, and it doesn't mention anything about policemen. But it does say that there'll be advisors. What does this mean? See. Number 2. Ma'im shnei inyanim shoftayech v'yotzayech. What does it mean, your judges and your advisors? Good enough that it could be just judges, right? Judges that you have a question, you go to the judge, he decides. Number 3, why does it say judges like in the beginning and the advisors in the start? Question number 4. What does it mean, your judges and your advisors? And it says singular. It says nochach, second person. Nochach, that's the second person. Not like in our Torah portion, it says shoftim v'shoftrim. In our Torah portion, it says judges and policemen. It doesn't say your judges and your policemen. By the prophecy of Isaiah, it says your judges and your advisors. Okay, so we have 4 questions about the apparent disparity in the prophecy of Isaiah and what it says in our Torah portion. Right? Number 1, In the Torah portion of this week, it says that there's going to be policemen. In the prophecy of Isaiah, it doesn't say policemen, it says advisors. Why, number two, why do there have to be two things in the future by Mashiach, judges and advisors? Question number three, why is it by judges, it says in judges in the beginning, Isaiah's prophecy, judges like in the beginning and advisors like in the start? And the fourth is, why does it say in second person, your judges, in the prophecy of Isaiah, your judges and your advisors? And in the Torah, it says judges and policemen. It doesn't say yours. Okay, Yesh Lomar, let's explain this. Achiluk, the difference between shoftim and shotrim, the difference between judges and policemen is, in the language of Rashi, shoftim, the shoftim, these are judges that decide the law. And shotrim, policemen, harodim et ha'am, they force the people after what they're commanded to do, umakim b'kofim b'makel, and if necessary, they hit them and strike them with their stick, uberatzua, or with a whip, ad sheyakabel alav et adin, until they accept the judgment of the judge. Kolomer, a shotrim, the judges, their thing is to, the policeman, the main thing of the policeman is to force the people to force the people that they should accept the law that the judges pass down. So the judges, they make the decisions, and then the policemen, they're the enforcers. According to this, now we can understand why it is that when the redemption comes, Geula, and everybody realizes that they're being created by God, and you can see everything in the world is a big miracle. Why then it says, I will give you judges, but it doesn't mention anything about policemen. Why? Because in the future, there will be done away with any bad. They'll be done away with any selfish urges. You won't have to have any policemen. To force the people to listen to the teachers of the teachings, the decisions of the judges. Right? One person will say to the other, hey, let's lie. The other guy say, what, are you crazy? Are you nuts? It's forbidden to do according to God. Oh, you're right. I forgot. I was so used to lying. Okay, there won't be a necessity for policemen to stop people. People will stop themselves. Kol anashim, everyone, will do themselves all of the teachings. You'll only have to have judges. The judges, they'll remind everyone what the law is, and they'll teach everyone Torah, so that the people themselves will know what the Torah is. People will go from level to level. And just let's make one moment. I would just want to make a short